Hi everyone, welcome back to another Sentry Equipment Short. I'm Angelo D'Ambrosia.
I'm Robert Marino. How are you?
And today we're going to be talking about pressurized machines versus gravity machines. All right, Rob, when people are researching ice cream machines, there's pressurized and gravity. What's the difference?
So essentially it's how it controls the air. Anytime somebody's looking to buy an ice cream machine, I tell them, look, an ice cream machine does three things. And I don't care what brand you buy, what model you buy. It freezes mix, it puts air into it, and it dispenses it. That's it. So if you pull the handle of a pressurized machine and gravity machine, they're going to dispense. So boom, that takes that out. Pressurized versus gravity, how they freeze and how they incorporate air is the biggest difference. So air is an important ingredient in ice cream. It freezes it up. It allows it to stand up on a cone. So one of the three major things the machine does is how it incorporates the air. And that's the major difference between pressurized and gravity.
So when you say air, you're talking about overrun. Can you define overrun?
Sure, yeah. So overrun is the percentage of air that is being infused into the ice cream. So essentially, if I have a cup, and this cup is 5 ounces, and I put liquid mix all the way up to the tippy top, 5 ounces, then my machine puts 50% air into this cup. Well, 50% of that air is going to push 50% of the mix overrun out of the cup. That's where I say it comes from.
Overrun. Right.
Yes, overrun. It overruns the cup. So the percentage of air in your ice cream mix that's put in by your machine is called overrun. So if I have a gallon of mix and I pour it in my ice cream machine, and by volume I get 1.3 gallons out, chop that one off, I have 30% overrun. If by volume I get 50% overrun, then that same gallon of mix is going to yield me 1.5 gallons.
And what is the major meaning of overrun to our customers?
Well, it's profit. The more air they put into the ice cream, the lower their food cost will be. Okay? And look, we don't want to sell Cool Whip. We don't want people selling just air to people. You know, that's probably not a long-term business strategy. Depending on the viscosity of the mix, every mix has an air percentage, an overrun percentage that it tastes best at. I equate it to a balloon, okay? You ever get a real cheap balloon?
Yes.
And you blow it up and it pops in your face after like 2 seconds? Or you get a really good balloon and you feel like you're about to, have an aneurysm in your head by blowing it up too much and it won't stop, right?
Yeah.
It's because of the quality of the balloon. It's the same thing with ice cream mix. So the better the mix, maybe the higher butterfat mix, we could stretch them out more and still have a great quality taste for our customer. But don't forget, as an owner, we want to put as much air into the product as we can without sacrificing the quality and taste. So it's like we want to take it to that limit, and that's it. So when we get back to pressurized and gravity, the difference between pressurized is we can meter the amount of air into the ice cream. We can control the amount of air into the ice cream, and we can put more air into our ice cream, or custard, or yogurt, or whatever we're selling. Gravity, it's open to the atmosphere. So I pour the mix in the top, flows down the freezing cylinder. It's open to the atmosphere. That's how it gets air, but when it sits, that's how it loses air. So we have fluctuations in our overrun.
So you're basically saying that pressurized is more consistent than gravity?
Yes, gravity, you will fluctuate. Your overrun will fluctuate from maybe 20% up to maybe 40, 45% when you're busy. Pressurized, I can have it whatever I want. If I want my overrun to be 20%, okay, great. If I want my overrun to be 70%, it will be. Within a couple percentage points in our equipment anyway, you'll have more consistency. Whatever you want that overrun to be set at, it will be set at within a very small range. Because I do have some customers, and we have some customers who sell maybe a non-dairy product out of their pressurized machine. Non-dairy, you're removing a lot of the fat, you're removing a lot of the solids, you're removing a lot of those emulsifiers, so we can't stretch it as much. We can't sell it. So we sell a low overrun product. But even though it's low overrun, it's consistent every time. So with pressurized, you get low food costs because we're putting a little bit more air into the product. That's what we want to do. And we get consistency. So we're consistent to our food cost and our pocket, and we're also consistent to our customers. With gravity, you get fluctuations in the overrun. You get fluctuations in the consistency. And I show this picture to people. This is 5 ounces of mix, that's 5 ounces of mix. What you have here is a wet and heavy product because it's 35% overrun. Here you have a dry, firmer product at 65% overrun. So when we're developing our training and we're teaching people, hey, this is our small cup. at 5 ounces that cost us 45, 50 cents. We hand it to our customer, we get $3.50, we made $3. Here, okay, I can't hand this to my customer because I trained you to make it this high. So now I have to put another few ounces of ice cream in my cup, so I'm only getting $3.50, but instead of it costing me 45, 50 cents, it costs me 85, 90 cents. So we lose that profitability.
So, Rob, if pressurized is more consistent, puts more air in, you get more profit out of it, who is the gravity machine for?
Well, I mean, if you're making a living off ice cream, and in our customers, we have thousands of customers, those who make a living off the ice cream that they're selling, like the store is surviving off that, 99% of them have pressurized equipment. But we sell a lot of gravity machines for a couple different buckets, buffets, colleges, universities, maybe somebody it's a very secondary offering to them. Somebody who's selling maybe a vegan, a Dole Whip, even in an ice cream store. Those products can't be stretched out to 50, 60% overrun. They're manufactured to taste best at 30%, so gravity works okay. All right.
So I guess that's where we come in, because depending on our customer's business model, what they're selling, the product that they want to offer, and where they're at, ice cream store, or it's a secondary product to like a college, something like that. That's where we come in to be the advisors.
Yeah, these machines last 15, 20 years, right? Minimum, if you take care of it. So when you buy the right machine, you're going to have the right machine for that long, and you'll be happy. But when you buy the wrong machine, you're going to have the wrong machine for a long time. So, the best thing to do if you're doing research on, hey, I don't know what to buy, pressurized and gravity, talk to experts like us. What we do is we kind of ask questions and figure out what are you using the machine for? What are your plans? What is the concept? And we find the right machine for that concept, not find the concept for the machine, vice versa. So, but make no mistake, in this business, your keys are food cost and consistency. And if you control your food cost and maintain your consistency, you'll have a chance to be successful. And we get back to the machine does 3 things: freezes mix, puts air into it, and dispenses it. And if you're opening an ice cream shop and you want to buy a gravity machine, well, then essentially you're taking one of the 3 things the machine does, which is put air into it, and you're making that inconsistent. So why would you do that? Yeah, gravity machines are less expensive. They have a few less parts. But you buy the machine once. You buy the product every day, all day. And what do you want to give your customers? So that's why we're a believer in pressurized machines. Electrofreeze invented the pressurized machine, invented the pump machine, invented the refrigerated cabinets. A lot of these innovations that are out there in the industry were invented by our brand because we are ice cream. We deal with ice cream. We deal with people who want to make a living off ice cream and believe in quality. So if that's your mentality and at your store, pressurized is the way to go. But there are a lot of avenues and lanes for gravity equipment.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that it's a lesser machine or it's worse than the pressurized. It's really what fits the customer.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And that's where we got to educate. That's why we do these videos and these Sentry shorts, so we can kind of educate people on these key terms. We have no agenda here. It's really just education. And there's a different machine for every type of customer. But understand who you are, understand what you want to do, understand what you want to accomplish, what your concept is, and then find the right machine for you.
Yeah, we could refer them to our Starting an Ice Cream Business series.
Yeah, Starting an Ice Cream Business series. And then even online, go to our YouTube channel, check our videos out online. We have more videos on pressurized and gravity. You can kind of see the differences, because once you decide, there are some features and benefits to pressurized versus gravity. Even when say, hey, I do want a pressurized machine. Well, there's different models within there. So, when you look at this broad segment of what machine should I buy, okay, you got to start narrowing it down. Like, first off, okay, well, you want to buy Electrofreeze. I'm biased, but that's the truth. Right? So you buy Electrofreeze. Now, do I want to buy pressurized or gravity? Oh, no, I want a pressurized, okay? Now I have to look at, do I want high capacity, medium capacity? Do I want air-cooled, water-cooled, single-phase, three-phase? And we get smaller and smaller until we find that perfect machine.
So the major difference between the pressurized machine and the gravity machine is how it holds the air, how it controls the air, and how much air you're able to put in your product.
And consistency, yeah.
For any more information on pressurized versus gravity, you could visit our website, check out our soft serve page, and there's other videos that are educational there as well.
Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. For more information, like Angelo said, please visit our website, visit our YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe and like, as we have a ton of content constantly coming out to help you be more successful in the ice cream world. Thanks so much.